and welcome to Lillian Osborne Presents Eurydice. I'm Brooke Hodson.
And I'm Matthew Blackwell. We are both the directors for the performance you are about to watch. It has been over a year since not only our school doors, but our theater doors closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This resulted in our two shows, Legally Blonde and Almost Maine, being shut down last year, although we were pretty lucky to be able to get our production of The Theory of Relativity completed and filmed and released. You can check that performance out by going to lohs.ca/a better world.
Although this impacted our students and their ability to perform, this year we were determined to do what artists do best, come up with a creative compromise. So with unexpected lockdowns, shutdowns, quarantines, you name it, we took every challenge and we met it head on. We're excited to tell you that this is not only a show that's led by your teacher directors, but also by our passionate advanced acting students as well as our technical theater students.
Advanced Acting is a new course this year, and we had a great number of students interested in telling the story of Eurydice. Many students on our stage have also been involved in other aspects of the design of this show, including a great original score by Dea, who's part of one of our casts, and which we also had remixed by our digital music students here at Lillian Osborne. The show was designed by our theater technician, Chris Dela Cruz, but with additional design in lighting and costume designs and set and props by our tech theater students, who are also running this whole show from stage management to costume changes to set changes. They're killing it. Today's show is being presented to you from 3 different cameras that are operated by 3 student videographers. And it's actually also being edited live by yours truly. This way, we're able to stay as close as possible to a live performance, bringing the stage to you in your living room or wherever you're watching this. Check it out. Here's what it looks like behind the scenes. Boom! That's what I'm looking at. Whenever this show's going on, I'm editing between all these different angles.
This would be a great time to say a big thank you to the amazing parents of our student performers. Thank you for allowing your children to do crazy rehearsals within your own homes during spouts of online learning, as well as driving your children to and from rehearsal, especially during those late night days or even on the weekends.
Before we start the show, we would like to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, a traditional meeting grounds, gathering place, and traveling route to the Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, and Nakota Sioux. We acknowledge all the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries.
Without further ado, we proudly present to you Eurydice. Enjoy the show.
birds? For me.
Thank you.
And the sea. Now?
Oh, it's mine already.
Wow. Chilling out the sky and the stars too. That's very generous. Perhaps too generous?
Thank you.
What are you thinking about?
Music.
How can you think about music? You either hear it or you don't.
I'm hearing it then.
Oh. I read a book today.
Did you?
Yes, it was very interesting.
That's good.
Don't you want to know what it was about? Of course. There were stories about people's lives, how some come out well and others come out badly.
Do you love this book?
Yes, I think so.
Why?
Well, it can be interesting to see if other people, like dead people who wrote books, agree or disagree with what you think.
Why?
Because it makes you a bigger part of the human community. They have very interesting arguments.
Oh, and an argument that's interesting is a good argument.
Well, yes.
I didn't know an argument should be interesting. I thought it should be right or wrong.
Well, these type of arguments feel very interesting.
Maybe you should make up your own thoughts instead of reading them in a book.
I do think of my own thoughts.
I know you do. I love how you love books. Don't be mad. I made up a song for you today.
Did you?
Yeah. It's not interesting or not interesting. It just is.
Will you sing it for me?
It has too many parts.
Let's go in the water.
Wait. Remember this melody.
I'm bad at remembering melodies. Why don't you remember it?
I have 11 other ones in my head making for a total of 12. You have it?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Do 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 do.
Pretty good. The rhythm's a little off here. Clap it out.
Is that right?
We'll practice.
I don't need to know about rhythms. I have my books.
Don't books have rhythm?
Kind of.
Let's go in the water. Will you remember my melody under the water?
Yes. I will always remember your melody. It will be imprinted on my heart like wax.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, when are you going to play me the whole song?
When I get 12 instruments.
Where are you going to get 12 instruments?
I'm going to make each strand of your hair into an instrument. Your hair will stand on end as it plays my music and become a hair orchestra. It'll fly you up into the sky.
I don't know if I want to become an instrument.
Why?
Won't I fall down when the song ends?
That's true, but the clouds will be so moved by your music that they'll fill with water until they become heavy and you'll sit on one and fall gently down to earth. How about that?
Okay.
It's settled then.
What is?
Your hair will be my orchestra. And I love you.
I love you too.
How will you remember?
That I love you?
Yes.
Well, that's easy. I can't help it.
You never know. I'd better tie a string around your finger to remind you.
A Is there a string at the ocean?
I always have string, in case I come upon a broken instrument. But this hand. Is this too tight?
No, it's fine.
There. Now you'll remember.
This is a very particular finger.
Yes.
You're aware of that?
Yes.
How aware?
Very aware.
Orpheus! Are we?
You tell me.
Yes! I think so.
You think so?
I wasn't thinking. I mean, yes! Just yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Yes?
Yes!
May our lives be full of music!
Maybe you give me a gold to put over the string line, you know?
Whatever makes you happy. You still have my melody?
It's right here. What are you thinking about? Music.
Just kidding. I was thinking about you. And music.
Let's go in the water. I'll race you.
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 Dear Eurydice, a letter for you on your wedding day. There is no choice of any importance in life but the choosing of a beloved. I haven't met Orpheus, but he seems like a serious young man. I understand he's a musician. If I was to give a speech at your wedding, I'd start with one or two funny jokes. And then I would offer some words of advice. I'd say cultivate the arts of dancing and small talk. Everything in moderation. Court the companionship and respect of dogs. Grilling fish or toasting bread without burning requires singleness of purpose, vigilance, and steadfast watching. Keep quiet about politics, but vote for the right man. Take care to change the light bulbs. And continue to give yourself to others. Because that's the real satisfaction in life. To love, accept, and honor others. As for me, this is what it's like being dead. The atmosphere smells. And there's this weird hissing noise. Kind of like a tea kettle, always boiling over. But for the most part, it doesn't seem to bother anyone, and you can work and socialize much like at home. I work in the business world, and it seems here you can better see the far-reaching consequences of your actions. Also, I'm one of the few dead people who still knows how to read and write. That's a secret. If anyone finds out, they might take me in the river again. I write you letters. I don't know how to get them to you. Love, your father.
I hate parties. And a wedding party is the biggest party of all. All the guests have arrived and Orpheus is taking a shower. He's He's always taking a shower when the guests arrive so that he doesn't have to greet them. Then I have to greet them. A wedding is for daughters and fathers. The mothers all dress up trying to look like young women, but a wedding is for a father and a daughter. They stop being married to each other on that day. I always thought there would be more interesting people at my wedding.
Are you a homeless person?
No.
Oh, I was on my way to a party with some very interesting people. Would you like to join me?
No, I just left my own party.
You were giving a party and you just left?
I was thirsty.
You mustn't care at all what others must think of you. I'd say that's a mark of a really interesting person. Don't you?
I guess.
Would you like to accompany me to this interesting affair?
No, thank you. I just got married, you see?
Oh, lots of people do that.
That's true. Lots of people do.
What's your name?
Eurydice.
Eurydice.
Goodbye, then.
Goodbye.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. With anyone else but me. With anyone else but me. No, 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 no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home.
Oh, I'm warm. Are you warm?
Yes.
I'm going to get a drink of water.
Go.
I'll be right back.
Promise.
Yes.
I can't stand to let you out of my sight tonight.
Silly goose. Oh. You're still here.
Yes, I forgot to tell you something. I have a letter addressed to Eurydice. That's you. From your father.
That's not possible.
He had written down some words for your wedding day.
Let me see.
Oh, I left it at home. It got delivered to my elegant high-rise apartment by mistake.
Why didn't you say so before?
You left in such a hurry.
My father?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
I know it's in something.
It'll just be a moment. I live around the block. What an interesting dress you're wearing.
Thank you.
Eurydice. Eurydice?
Voila.
You're very high up.
Yes, I am.
I feel a little faint.
Pass.
Have you ever thought about installing an elevator?
No, I prefer stairs. I just find architecture so interesting. Don't you?
Oh, yes. So, where's the letter?
But isn't this an interesting building?
It's so high up.
Yes.
There's no one here. I thought you were having a party.
I like to celebrate things quietly with a few other interesting people, don't you? Would you like some champagne?
Maybe some water.
Water it is. Make yourself comfortable.
can't stay long. I can see my wedding from here. Oh, the people are so small. They're dancing. Oh, there's Orpheus. He's not dancing.
So, who's this guy you're marrying?
His name is Orpheus.
Orpheus? Not a very interesting name, I've heard it before.
Maybe you've heard of him. He's kind of famous. He plays the most beautiful music in the world, actually. So, the letter was delivered here? Today?
Yes,
Through the post?
it was mysterious. Voila. So, Eurydice, tell me one thing. One interesting person in your life.
Why?
Just making conversation.
Right. Well, all of the interesting people I know are either dead or speak French.
Well, I don't speak French, Eurydice.
I'm sorry, I have to go. There's no letter, is there?
Of course, there is. It's right here. Eurydice, I'm not interesting, but I'm strong. You could teach me to be interesting. Orpheus is lost in his thoughts. There's music in his head, trying to pluck the music out. It bites you. I bet you had an interesting thought today. For instance, the way you tilt your head to the side and stare.
I feel dizzy all of a sudden. I want my husband. I think I better go now.
Relax. You can go whenever you like.
I know. I think I'll go now. In fact, I'll just take my letter first if you don't mind.
Relax.
Goodbye. No! Wait, Eurydice, don't go. I love you. Oh no.
You need a real man, a man with broad shoulders like mine. Orpheus, his fingers would tremble to pet a bull or pluck the bee from the hive.
How do you know about my husband's fingers?
You need a man with big, strong arms that could lead you through a crowd. A man with stupid hands like potatoes. A man who could carry a cow in labor. Your lips were meant to kiss my eyelids. It's obvious.
Close your eyes then. It's his handwriting.
Of course it is.
Goodbye.
Oh no! Wait, don't do that. You'll trip!
Orpheus! Eurydice!
We are a chorus of stones.
I'm a little stone.
I'm a big stone.
I'm a loud stone.
We are all stones.
We live with the dead people and the land of the dead.
Eurydice was a great musician. Orpheus is his
Right. Orpheus was a great musician. Eurydice was his wife. She died.
Then he played the saddest music. Even we,
The Stones.
cried when we heard it. Oh look, she's coming to the land of the dead now.
Oh.
You might say, poor Eurydice.
But stones don't feel bad for dead people.
Eurydice wants to speak to you, but she can't speak your language anymore. She talks in the language of dead people now.
It's a very quiet language.
Like if the pores in your face opened up and wanted to talk. Like potatoes sleeping in the dirt.
Pretends if you understand her. Or if she will be embarrassed.
Yes, pretend for a moment that you understand the language of the stones.
Listen to her. Or listen to your own daughter. She died too young and tried to speak to you across great distances.
There was a roar and a coolness. I think my husband was with me. What was my husband's name? My husband's name. Do you know it? How strange. I don't remember. It was horrible to see his face when I died. His eyes were like two black birds and they flew to me. I said, no, stay where you are. He needs you in order to see him. When I got through the cold, they made me swim in a river and I forgot his name. I forgot all the names. I know his name starts with my mouth shaped like a ball of twine. Or... Oh, I forget. They took me to a tiny boat. I only just fit inside. I looked at the oars and I wanted to cry. Well, I tried to cry, but I just drooled a little. I guess I'll try now. What happiness would be to cry. I was not lonely, only alone with myself, begging myself not to leave my own body, but I was leaving. Goodbye, head, I said. It inclined itself a little as to nod to me in a solemn kind of way. How do you say goodbye to yourself? Train!
The station is like a train, but there is no train.
The train has wheels that are not wheels. There's the opposite of a wheel, and the opposite of smoke, and the opposite of a train.
Oh, I'm waiting for someone to meet me, I think.
Eurydice?
At last! A porter to meet me. Do you happen to know where the bank is? I need money. I've just arrived. I need to exchange my money at bureau de change. I didn't bring my traveler's check because I left in such a hurry. They didn't even let me pack my suitcase. There's nothing in it. That's funny, right? I suppose I could buy new clothes here, and I would really love a bath.
Eurydice!
Ooh, what is that language you're speaking? It gives me the tingles. Say it again.
Eurydice?
Oh, it's like a fruit. Again.
Eurydice, I'm your father.
Eurydice, I'm your father. How funny. You remind me of something, but I can't understand the words you're saying. Say it again.
I'm your father.
Shut up! She doesn't understand you. She's dead now too. You have to speak in the language of the stones.
Let's see. You're dead now. I'm dead too.
Yes, that's right. I need a reservation for the fancy hotel.
When you were alive, I was your father.
Father is not a word dead people understand.
He's only subversive.
When you were alive, I was your tree.
Yes, my tree, the tall one in the backyard. I used to sit all day in its shade. Ah, there, shade.
There's a problem here.
Is there any entertainment at the hotel? Any dancing ladies like with the great big fans?
I named you Eurydice. Your mother named all the other children, but Eurydice I chose for you.
Be careful, Sarah.
I wanted to remember your name. I asked the stones. They said forget the names. The names will make you remember.
We told you how it works!
One day it would not stop raining. I heard words, letters, falling letters, the letters of your name. I began to translate. E, I remembered elephants. U, I remembered ulcers and under. R, I remembered reindeers sticking their black noses in the snow. Y, I remembered youth and yellow. D, dig, daughter, days. Time poured into my head. The days of the week, months, hours.
Oh, the tree talks so beautifully.
Don't listen!
I feel suddenly hungry. Oh. Where is the porter who met me at the station?
Here I am, miss.
Oh, I would like a continental breakfast, please. Maybe with rolls and butter. Oh, and jam. Please take my suitcase to my room if you would.
Sorry, miss, but there are no rooms here.
What? No rooms? Where do people sleep?
People don't sleep here, miss.
I have to say, I am very disappointed. It's been such a tiring day. I've been traveling all day. First on a river, then on an elevator that rained, then on a train. I thought someone would meet me at the station.
Don't cry! Don't cry!
I don't know where I am, and there are only stones. And I hate them. They're horrible. I want a bath. I thought someone would meet me at the station.
Don't be sad, miss. I'll take yourself to your room.
There are no rooms!
Dear Eurydice, I miss you. No, that's not enough. Dear Eurydice, symphony for 12 instruments. Love, Orpheus. suppose you want a tip. Would you run it back for me?
Yes, miss.
Dear Eurydice, I love you. I'm going to find you. I play the saddest music now that you're gone. You know I hate writing letters. Give this letter to a worm. I hope he finds you. Love, Orpheus.
There's the letter for you, miss.
A letter?
A letter. It's addressed to you.
There's dirt on it.
Miss,
What is it?
would you like me to read you the letter?
Read you the letter?
You can't do it with your feet. It's addressed to Eurydice. That's you.
That's you.
And you. It says, I love you.
I love you.
It's like a tree.
Tall? Green?
It's like sitting in the shade.
Oh.
It's like sitting in the shade with no clothes.
Oh. Yes.
I play the saddest music. No, I play the saddest music.
Music?
It's like that.
Go on.
You know I hate writing letters. I'll give this letter to Worm. I hope he finds you. Love, Orpheus.
Orpheus?
Orpheus.
That word. It's like, oh, I can't breathe. Orpheus, my husband. Oh.
Dear Eurydice, last night, I dreamed that we climbed Mount Olympus and we started to make love, and all the strands of your hair were little faucets and water was streaming out of your head, and I said, why is water coming out of your hair? And you said, gravity is very compelling. And then we jumped off Mount Olympus and flew through the clouds, and you held your knee to your chest because you scraped it on a sharp cloud. And we fell into a salty lake. And then I woke up. And the window frightened me, and I thought, Eurydice is dead. Then I thought, who is Eurydice? Then the whole room started to float, and I thought, what are people? And then my bedclothes smiled at me with a crooked green mouth, and I thought, who am I? It scares me, Eurydice. Please, come back. Love, Orpheus.
Did you get my letters?
No. You wrote me letters?
Every day.
What did they say?
Nothing. Yeah, just the usual stuff.
Teach me the names of my mother and brothers and sisters.
That's not a very good idea. It'll make you sad.
I want to know.
It's a long time to be sad.
I'd rather be sad.
Being sad is not allowed. Act like a stone.
Teach me another.
Ostracize.
What does it mean?
The Greeks decided who to banish. They wrote the name of the banished person on a white piece of clay called an ostracon.
Ostracon. Another.
Peripatetic. From the Greek. It means to walk slowly, speaking of weighty matters. Imperfect.
Peripatetic. A learned fruit wandering through the snow. Another.
Defunct.
Defunct.
It means dead in a very abrupt manner. Not like how I died, which was slowly. But all at once, in cowboy boots.
Tell me a story of when you were little.
Well, there was this time my brother shot me with a BB gun, and I got so mad at him I swallowed a nail. And there was times that we were at a dude ranch. I was riding a horse and I lassoed a car. The lady in the car got up and spanked me. Your grandmother spanked me too.
Oh, remember that Christmas when she gave me a doll and I said, if I see one more doll, I'm going to throw up.
I think Grammy was a little surprised when you said that.
Tell me a story about your mother.
The most vivid recollection I have with Mother was at parties and in the house playing piano. She could play everything by ear. She was extremely animated. They called her Flaming Sally.
I never saw Grammy play the piano.
Yeah. My mother was never the same after my father died. My father was very gentle.
Tell me a story about your father.
My father and I, we used to duck hunt. He'd call up old Frank the night before and ask, where are those ducks going tonight, Frank? Old Frank, he could really call those ducks. You didn't want to kill the poor little things, but you got caught up in the fervor. Get as many as 10 ducks. If you went over the limit, there was only so many per person. Well, my father would throw them to the side of the creek we were paddling on. If there was no game warden, he'd run and throw them in the back of the car. My father was never a great conversationalist, but he loves to rhapsodize. He used to say, if I have to die, it's in the duck pond. And he did.
There was something I always wanted to ask you about. A story or a person's name. I forget.
Don't worry, you'll remember. There's plenty of time.
Dear Eurydice, I wonder if you miss reading books in the underworld. What is this? What are you? What do you do? What do you do? Answer me! Oh, I hate you! Damn you!
We two alone will sing like birds in a cage. And when thou dost ask for my blessing, I'll kneel down and beg of thee forgiveness. And we'll fly and sing.
For Eurydice. E-U-R-Y. Yeah, that's right. No, there's no last name. It's not like that. What? No, I don't know the country. I don't know the city, either. I don't know the street. I don't know. It probably starts with a vowel. Could you just... Would you mind just checking, please? I'd really appreciate it. What? You can't enter a name without a city. Why not? Well, thank you for trying. Wait, miss. It's a special case. She's dead. Well, thank you for trying. You have a nice day, too. I'll find you. Don't move. Tell me another story of when you were little.
Well, there was my first piano recital. I was playing I Got Rhythm. I went on stage and I forgot all of the chords. I was so embarrassed. I ran into the bathroom and locked myself up.
And what happened?
Well, your grandmother, she pulled me out and made me apologize to everyone in the auditorium. I never played piano after that. But I still remember the first few chords. Let's see. Da da dee da, da da dee da, da da dee da.
What are the words?
I don't remember. Da da dee da, 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 da da
Dee dee da?
dee dee da,
Dee dee da. Da da dee da. Da da dee da.
What is that noise?
Stop singing.
Stop singing.
Neither of you can play it too.
It's awful.
Dead people can't sing.
I'm not a very good singer.
I don't mind.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I am Lord of the Underworld.
Very funny.
I am.
Prove it.
I can do chin-ups inside your bones. Close your eyes.
Ow!
See? You're pretty.
And you're little.
I go downward, like a turn up.
What do you want?
I wanted to see if you were comfortable. You're not itchy?
No,
That's good. Sometimes our residents get itchy. I scratch them.
I'm not itching.
What's all this string?
It's my room.
Rooms are not allowed! Tell her!
Rooms are not allowed.
Who made your room?
My father?
Fathers are not allowed! Where is he?
He's at work.
Ugh, we'll have to dip you in the river again and make sure you're good and done.
Please don't.
Ooh, say that again. It's nice.
Please don't.
Say it in my ear.
Please don't.
I like that. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. I mean that in the nicest possible way.
I have a husband.
Ugh, husbands are for children. You need a lover. I'll be back. See that she's comfortable.
We will.
Goodbye.
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 I'm growing, can you tell? I'm growing.
If a drop of water enters the soil at a particular angle with a particular pitch, what's to say a man can't ride one note into the earth like a fireman's pole? Eurydice, did you hear that? Eurydice, that's he knew. That right there. Orpheus never liked words. He had his music. You'd get a funny look on his face, and I would say, "What are you thinking about?" And he would always be thinking about music. If we were in a restaurant, sometimes Orpheus would look sullen and wouldn't talk to me, and I thought people felt sorry for me. Should have realized women envied me. Their husbands talk too much. But I wanted to talk to him about my notions. I was working on a new philosophical system. It involved pets.
This is what it is to love an artist. The moon is always rising above your house, and the houses of your neighbors look dull and lacking in moonlight. But he is always going away from you. Inside his head, there's always something more beautiful. Orpheus said that the mind is like a side mirror. It can fit around anything, or it can mean anything. Show me your body, he said. It only means one thing. Eurydice, before I go down there, I won't practice my music. Some say practice, but practice is a word invented by cowards. The animals don't have a word for practice. A gazelle does not run for practice. He runs because he's hungry or scared. A bird doesn't sing for practice. She sings because she's happy or sad. So I sing, store it up. Music sounds better in my head than it does in the world. When songs are pressing against my throat, then, only then, I will go down and I will sing for the devils and they will cry through their parched throats. Eurydice, don't kiss a dead man. Their lips look red and tempting, but put your tongue in their mouths and it tastes like oatmeal. I know how much you hate oatmeal. Here's my plan. Tonight, when I go to bed, I will turn up the light and put a straw in my mouth. When I fall asleep, I will crawl through the straw and my breath will push me like a great wind into the darkness and I will sing your name and I'll arrive. I have consulted the almanacs, the footstools, and the architects, and everyone agrees. I found the right note. Wait for me. Love, Orpheus. I got a letter from Orpheus.
What does it say?
He says he's going to come and find me.
How?
He's going to sing.
Someone is knocking.
Who is it? Who is it?
No one knocks on the door of the dead!
Who are you?
I am Orpheus.
Oh. I am Lord of the Underworld.
But you're so young?
Don't be rude.
Sorry. Did you like my music?
No, I prefer happy music with a nice beat.
Oh.
You've come for Eurydice, and you thought singing would get you through the gates of hell.
See here, I want my wife. What do I have to do?
Ugh, you have to do more than sing.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Start walking home. Your wife just might be on the road behind you. We make it real nice here, so people want to stick around. As you're walking, keep your eyes facing front. If you look back at her, poof, she's gone.
I
look at her?
No,
Why?
because
I look straight ahead. That's all?
yes.
That's easy.
Good.
I can hear him at the gates. That's his music. He's come to save me.
Do you want to go with them?
Yes, of course. Oh, you'll be lonely without me, won't you?
No. You should go to him. You should have grandchildren. You'll all come to meet me someday.
Are you sure?
You should love your family until the grapes grow dust on their purple faces. I'll take you to him.
Now?
It's breakfast. Him?
Yes, I think so.
His shoulders aren't very broad. Can he take care of you? Are you sure?
Yes.
There's one thing you need to know. If he turns back and sees you, he'll die a second death. Those are the rules. So, step quietly and don't cry out.
I won't.
Try Eurydice.
I'll come back to you. I seem to keep dying.
Don't let them dip you in the river too long. Second time, hold your breath.
I'll look for a tree.
I'll write you letters.
Where will I find them?
I don't know. Goodbye, Eurydice.
Goodbye. Wait! Come back!
You can't go back now, Eurydice.
Face forward. Keep walking. I'm afraid.
Your husband is waiting for you, Eurydice.
I don't recognize him. That's a stranger.
Oh, and it's him.
I want to go home. I want my father.
You're all grown up now. You have a husband.
Turn around. Why?
Because!
That's a stupid reason.
Orpheus braved gates of hell to find you.
He played the saddest music.
Even we.
The Stones.
That's right, when we heard it.
That's Orpheus?
Yes, that's him.
Where's his music?
It's in your head.
Orpheus? You startled me. I'm sorry. Why? I don't know. You always clapped your hands on the third beat.
It is
Remember?
such a difficult word.
I tried to teach you.
R.
You were
Y,
always one step
such an
ahead
somewhere.
of the music. Your
Re-
sense of rhythm, it was off. I would say clap on the downbeat. No, the downbeat. It's dangerous not to have a sense of rhythm. You lose things when you can't keep a simple beat. Why did you have to say my name, Eurydice? I'm sorry. I know we used to fight it. It seems so silly. If
Ifs and ands were pots and pans.
There be no need for tinkers. Why? If ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers. Eurydice? I think I see the gates, the stones, the boat. It looks familiar. Don't look. The stones look happy to see me. Wow. Think of the things we did. Everything is so gray. It looks familiar. We went ice skating. Our house was gray. I wore a red sweater. We had 2 cats and 2 dogs and 2 fish. Dog. Will you talk to me? Train looks like the opposite of a train. Eurydice, we've known each other for centuries. I want to reminisce. Remember when you wanted your name in a song, so I put your name in a song. When I played my music at the gates of hell, I was singing your name over and over and over again. Eurydice!
Finally, some peace and quiet. Like the good old days. No music, no conversation. How about that?
With Eurydice gone, it will be a second death for me.
Oh, please, sir. We're tired.
Do you understand the love a father has for his daughter?
Love is a deep fun word. Dead people should be seen and not heard.
How does someone remember to forget? It's difficult.
It's not difficult.
We told you how it works.
Dip yourself in the river. Dip yourself in the river.
Dip yourself in the river.
I need directions.
That's ridiculous.
There are no directions.
I remember. Take Tri-State South, 294. To Route 80. Take Route 80 to Route 88 West. You'll go over a bridge. Go 3 to 4 miles, and you'll come to the entrance to Fernwood Avenue. Duck Creek Park will be on your right. Your right. Go right. With Fernwood Avenue. Continue straight past 2 intersections. You'll come to an alleyway. Past the first entrance on your right. Take the second one. Go 100 yards. A red brick house. A red brick house will be on your right. Look for Illinois license plates. And go in the house. Head to the living room and look out the window. You'll see the lights on the Mississippi River. Take off your shoes and head down the hill. A tree, it's good for climbing, will be on your right. Cross the road, watch the traffic. Cross the train tracks. Catfish are sleeping in the mud on your left. Take off your shoes. Hold up. Count to 10. Put your feet in the river. And swim.
Where's my room? Where is my room? Answer me!
It's none of our business.
Where's my father? Why is he sleeping? Well, come back!
He can't hear you. It's too late.
What are you talking about?
He dipped himself in the river.
My father did not dip himself in the river!
He did! We saw him!
He wanted some peace and quiet.
He did not! Listen, I'll words and we'll know each other again. Ready? We'll start with my name. Eurydice. E-U-R... Why?
Can't hear you. He can't see you. He can't remember you.
I hate you. I've always hated you. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Listen, I'll tell you a story.
Try speaking in the language of the stones. It's a very quiet language, like if the pores in your face opened up and tried to talk.
Stone. Rock. Tree. Rock. Stone. Didn't you already mourn for your father, young lady?
Some things should be left well enough alone.
To mourn twice is excessive.
To mourn 3 times is sin.
Life is like a good meal. Only gluttons want more food when they finish their hoping.
Learn to be more moderate.
It's weird for a dead person to be morbid.
We don't like to watch it.
We don't like to see it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Don't cry! Don't cry!
Learn the art of keeping busy.
It's hard to be busy when you're dead.
It is not hard. We keep busy, and we like it. We're busy, busy, busy souls. Watch us work, keeping still, keeping quiet. It's hard work to be a stone. No time for crying. No, no, no!
I hate you. I've always hated you.
Go ahead, try to hit us.
You'll hurt your fist.
You'll break your head.
Is there a problem here?
No, sir.
You chose to stay with us, huh? Good. Perhaps to be my bride?
I told you, you're too young.
I'll be the judge of that. I've grown.
Yes, I see that.
I'm ready to be a man now. I'm ready to be a man.
Please leave me alone.
I'll have them start comparing the satins and silks. You can't refuse me. I've made my choice.
Can I have a moment to prepare myself?
Don't be long. The wedding songs are already being written. They're very quiet. Inaudible, you might say. A dirt-filled orchestra for my bride. Don't trouble yourself with your music. I say, a song is 2 dead bodies rubbing under the covers to keep warm.
Well, well, well.
You had better prepare yourself.
There is nothing to prepare.
You had better comb your hair. You had better find a veil.
I don't need a veil. I need a pen.
Pens are forbidden here.
I need pencils then. Pencils too. Tim, you will dip you in the river.
Too late. Too late.
I know there are. There must be a pen. There must be. A pen. Dear Orpheus, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I was afraid. I'm not worthy of you. But I still love you. I think. Try not to find me again. You'd be lonely for music. I want you to be happy. I want you to marry again. I'm going to write out instructions for your next wife. To my husband's next wife. Be gentle. Be sure to comb his hair when it's wet. Do not fail to notice that his face flushes pink like a bride's when you kiss him. Give him gets to eat and he gets cranky. When he's sad, kiss his forehead and I thank you. Because he's a young prince and his robes are too heavy on him. His crown falls down around his ears. I'll give this letter to a worm. I hope he finds you. Love, Eurydice.